In today's video, we're doing another viewer request video. You guys are asking for ideas for sensory bins. So I have a whole bunch of ideas in this video and they're very budget friendly too. Can't wait to show you. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet. Let's talk sensory bins. I have a couple I'm going to show you in this video to get you inspired to create your own for your kids. Some of the materials are very, very budget friendly, and I even have some coupon codes on some of the materials too. So you're going to want to pay attention and use those coupon codes. So let's get started. First things first, as we always know, you need a container for a sensory bin, right? I have been using these recently and I've kind of fallen in love with them. They're from the dollar store and I like them because they're square. Now these aren't very deep, and this would not be ideal if you have two kids, or more kids. This is more of an individualized sensory bin on the smaller side. You can use other containers. You can use plastic Sterilite shoebox size ones. I've used those for a long time. You can go bigger and use larger bins if you wanted to. So I want to start off with these using the Dollar Tree ones. This is the SureFresh brand, and they have little blue lids on them. If you can't find the square ones, I definitely have seen the rectangular ones too, and those are always fun. I thought I'd start off this one, making it kind of a fall theme because we're kind of getting ready to start fall, right? We're almost there. So at Dollar Tree, I found this mesh tube, and there's all kinds of fall colors in this. And somebody in the comments said, hey, how does that work? How would you make a sensory bin with that? So I thought I would show you. Now, if you have a child that is oral and putting things in their mouth, this is not going to be the best thing for them. So use your best judgment on whether or not it's appropriate for your kids, because you know best. So what it is, it's kind of this cording, right? Kind of an interesting texture, and it's one long cord. So what you need to do is cut it up in smaller bits and put it inside your bin. I'm just going to take a second to do that for you right now. And there we have it. So that was one package. Isn't that fun? So now you have a very colorful texture base to play with. This comes in many different colors, as I said, and it's seasonal. So every season there's new colors. I picked the orange to have that fall fun theme. It's a texture that isn't too threatening, and it is a lot of fun, kind of squishy. Whoops, flying everywhere. Next for the sensory bin, if you want to do more colors, you definitely could, by the way. But next in the sensory bin, I have some acrylic pumpkins. Now, I bought these several years ago at Hobby Lobby, but I was watching Instagram and it looks like Dollar Tree might be carrying them this year. So I'm going to head over to Dollar Tree and take a peek to see if they do, because these are a lot of fun. Look, they're little acrylic pumpkins. Aren't they cute? In different fall colors. When we're making sensory bins, I recommend doing a base. And then once you have a base, I recommend adding some kind of counter or some kind of material to interact with. So I'm going to put these pumpkins in my bin. I'm going to put quite a few because what I think would be a lot of fun is to use this as a counting sensory bin. And the idea is that you're hunting and looking for them within the material. And so this gives the child an opportunity to move around the materials to get the sensory input. So the sensory input is important because it's tactile and it helps your child get more accustomed to different textures. If your child is sensory sensitive, this might be a difficult task for them because they might not like the way this feels. And so finding sensory bins or materials to help them adapt would be important for you. So they might not be grabbing things like I am. They might just be picking with their fingers and then barely touching if they're sensitive to touch. On the other hand, you might have a sensory seeker who cannot get enough of this. And so you're going to look for materials and bases that are able to really give them that sensorial input so that they are satisfied. Got a couple different things to think about here when you're doing this. All right, so I have my pumpkins mixed in here. I got my materials, and that's really all I wanted to do. If you found these at Dollar Tree, these are little wooden numbers. You don't need them. You can also use magnets that have numbers. You can print out flashcards. You can put these in here if you want, a couple of them, and have that be part of your bin too. Then you can take out the numbers and know that you're looking for 5 pumpkins. 1, 2, got my 5, and they were found in my sensory bin. Really easy and simple, you guys. So you have this educational component in here that you can work on, but you don't have to. You can just simply play and explore. I kept this super simple. There's only 3 materials in this one. You know, you see all those pictures on Pinterest of like a zillion different things in a sensory bin. You can keep it very, very simple and focused. I also wanted to mention that you can look for leaves. This is also from Dollar Tree a couple years ago, and they should start bringing them back. They're just loose, pretty leaves. This also makes a great filler just by itself, but if you wanted to mix a couple of leaves in there just to make it a little more fall, you can do that too. So I want to mention that you can probably find those at Dollar Tree too. I've just kept them over the years because they come in handy and they're just really pretty and colorful and a non-threatening texture, and it can make really fun activities. You could also count the leaves too if you wanted to. All right, what do you guys think of that one? Hope you like it. I got more to show you. Got another bin, and this time I wanted to use Mad Matter. Now I've talked about Mad Matter before. It's a really great base because it doesn't dry out. It comes in some really pretty colors. It's easy to shape and mold. I've got this one. This is the teal one. This one's green. I've got a pink. They sent me this so I could use it in this video, and this one is the rocket red. And I'm actually going to use all of these in one bin because I think it's fun to kind of explore with this, and my kids actually really do like this stuff. So Mad Matter is where it's at. They recommend it for ages 3 and up, and there's a little storage bag too where you can ziplock it back, shut it, close. So if you wanted to save it in the package, you can. You can shape this, you can stretch it, you can build and mold with it, and I'm going to use it in my bins as my base. Here's the red. It's kind of coming alive here on me as I put it in here. And since I'm going to put all the colors in here, yes, the colors are going to get mixed. Yes, I'm okay with that. No, you don't have to. You can just do 1 color per bin, do 2 colors per bin, but I just thought it would be fun just to put it all in there because we haven't done that before. We got 1 color there. Let's do the next one. Kind of breaking it up here with my fingers. And then I might not be able to put all 4 colors in. I might only have the room for the 3. I'm going to add in the teal. Oh yeah, this is fun. I think I only have room for the 3. So I'm just going to keep the 3. We're going to keep this one for another day. Now this makes a great base. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I love this stuff. Look at it. It's just like, love it. It's very satisfying. It's like I'm doing those satisfying YouTube videos, but I'm not. I do have a coupon code for this Mad Matter. Oh, this is so fun. It feels so good. I have a coupon code if you guys want to take advantage. Their website has the best selection. So I'm going to put that down below and you guys can take advantage of that coupon code because you know what? Holidays are coming up. You guys, I know you're going to be putting together some lists. And what can you do with this, you guys? Well, yeah, you can play with it and feel it and touch it because that's what Sensory's about. So there's that. But they also sent me some castle molds. So this is great for building. And I was really excited when they sent this to me because this makes like an instant sensory bin that you don't really have to do too much for. There's 10 pieces in this kit. I'm going to put this link down below too so you can go to it. And tools are really, really great because they kind of emphasize the fine motor. And the fine motor is what we need, especially in preschoolers, to help with our, oh look, 2 little knives like that, to help with our pre-writing. And oh, this is going to be so cool. With the pre-writing hand strength. This is also recommended for ages 3 and up. So first of all, we have the knives. So easy knife skills, learning how to cut things, slice through things. And this is completely safe. It's not sharp. So this is great. And then we have these plunger looking tools. So there's 2 pieces to it. So we put the Mad Matter inside of here and then we push it out like a plunger. So really working on our hand strength. We have a circular one and a square one. So let's try this out. All right, so I put some of the aqua Mad Matter in there. You put the tool in and you push it like a syringe. Once again, we're working those fine motor muscles, figuring out how to work the tools, hand strength when this is coming out. Oh my gosh, I love it. Then you can take these and you can build things. You can build your castles with these and you can also cut them. That's way too satisfying. Can you guys tell I love this? So that's the little hand tools that look like syringes, and we have the circular ones and the square ones, which are going to be great for building castles, if you ask me. Then we have this little guy, which is another mold for the top. So it's going to make a cone shape. Hand strength and putting in all of that Mad Matter in there. You can also combine colors if you wish. Use the knife to cut off the excess. There we go. And get it out of the mold, and we have a cone shape. Perfect cone shape. We also have one for building castle walls, so it just goes right inside of there and comes out. Another one here, and then look, little steps. So this is a great set to have for just instant sensory bin play. Like I said, the colors are going to get mixed up. I'm okay with that. If you have a child that would just totally bother, don't mix up the colors. Easy peasy. And then add some of the tools to make it more interesting. So this is the castle mold set, but they also sent me another one to try out. You guys, see, let's see. Looks like this one also comes with a little knife too. Then we have all, oh, These are fun. Look, they're all different shapes. Oh, here's a star, square. This one almost looks like a little house or an arrow. This one's a triangle, circle. Okay, these are smaller than the other ones, but they're so fun because look at all the different shapes you can make. All right, so let's try this one. All right, I have it loaded up. I'm gonna put in the top here and plunge it out, and I should have a shape. Oh yeah. You guys, look how perfect that is. That is so much fun. I gotta try the star too. So these would go really well with the castle set because you are doing all kinds of different shapes. This is also good for shape recognition and learning shapes while you're making them. All right, I'm ready for the star now. Oh yeah. And we have a star. You can cut these and make them into smaller stars. That would be a lot of fun. This is awesome. All right, I'm really liking both these sets. This should be on your wish list, quite honestly. I'm gonna put that coupon code down below if you want to take advantage of these. If you're gonna do this as a sensory bin, I would put a couple of the tools in here with it. Even matching the colors would be a lot of fun. Let's do that. That one there, and let them go. Don't overwhelm them with too many tools. Just put a couple. The next time when you do it, take out some other tools and replace them. Switch them out so that's really new and fresh, and so that you have the variety to play with, and it'll be just like new. Do you guys remember these? I mean, I did a whole video on them, so you should remember them. They are the sensory bin kits from Michaels. And the reason why I'm bringing it out is because I wanted to show you that you just can repurpose things, you know? If you have this kit, or maybe you have some of the other things I've shown you, just repurpose. So I'm going to repurpose two things. I'm going to repurpose the actual bin, and I'm going to repurpose the insides because I feel like this is kind of Halloween-y, right? The colors are a little bit Halloween. This was called, I think it's called the space theme sensory bin, but I'm just going to take the space things out because for my purposes, I don't need them. We're going to be making a different themed box and reusing the materials. So if you have stuff, if you have sensory bins, if you have materials, that's the beauty of this, is that you can just take out what you have and replace it with something different. So I'm taking out all the pieces here. By the way, this video, it's a really lengthy video review of all of the Michaels sensory bins. So I'll put that up there in the corner. You can go check it out and see. These are always on sale at Michaels. Well, no, they're not always on sale. You can use a coupon on them so to make them on sale. And this is the base I want. They're kind of like the pebbles that you'd have at the bottom of a fish tank almost, but they're clean and they're not dusty, which is great. So they're meant to be in a sensory bin. And I'm just going to shake it up here. And I picked this one because the colors totally Halloween-esque. So I thought because Dollar Tree is starting to get filled up with all of those Halloween stuff that we can make a Halloween sensory bin. At Dollar Tree right now, if you saw it in my Dollar Tree shop with me, they have these bones. Aren't these the cutest thing ever? So this is gonna be like a little graveyard. You can bury the bones, so it could be like they're digging for them and trying to find them. And what I would do is I would put enough, you might have to buy 2 packages, but I would put enough that you would have enough for counting, you know, counting at least up to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for now. So I got a little boneyard going in. You could even do the eyeballs that Dollar Tree has. Let's go ahead and get a couple more of those. So we have a little Dollar Tree sensory bin. Now tell me that's not the cutest. Now what do we do with this next, right? Well, we explore, we hunt, we peg, we look, we search, we check out all of the things, but then you can add tools. So I have my toolbox here. I always get asked about my toolbox, so I usually tell you these tool sets I have in my Amazon store. There's one in particular I absolutely love. I think what might be fun is this tool because this would work really well with that gravel of picking it up and squeezing it out. So that'd be a fun tool. Since we have these eyeballs in here, this tool would be fun too to pick them up, the little eyeballs. This one's a little bit different because this one you have to pull open like scissors in order for that to come open, as opposed to this one where you have to pinch it closed for it to come open. So it just opens different ways. So either one of those would work really well. Also a scoop. This is a little wooden scoop that I've gotten with a sensory bowl set. The same thing, scooping the gravel, scooping the eyeball. Fun with that fine motor component, add in a couple tools, maybe 1 or 2 at most. You don't need that much, and you can be set that way. Or if you wanted to bring back something for learning, remember those numbers that I showed you, those wooden numbers? You can add these in here too, and you can count the bones. You can count the eyeballs. And then one last thing that I would want to suggest with this, if any of those ideas didn't work for you, was just pulling them all out and placing them into another container. So let's say, for example, this is my other container. I'm going to take out all my tools just to show you and demonstrate what I'm talking about. So you have that empty bin over here. And so then you go in and you're scooping out just the eyeballs into another container. And this is a transfer activity. If you had some tweezers, let me see, I have some bamboo tweezers over here. Bamboo tweezers. You can get out the bones like that. So I hope that's enough variety to kind of get your mind working and to be inspired on the different things that you can do with just some of these themed sensory boxes. You know, we had the leaves, we had the pumpkins for fall, we have the Halloween ones here, and then we have the sensory sand, which you can use anytime. And also that sensory sand, you could use the bones and the eyeballs in that sensory sand too. And the sensory sand meaning the mad matter stuff. Be creative and just kind of play around and explore for some really good ideas. If you like videos like this one, I'm going to put another one up here on screen so you can get even more ideas and inspirations on doing some of these activity busy bins, sensory bins. Make sure to click subscribe to see more videos like this and give me a thumbs up to show your love.